It's back, everybody. This is the all-new Acura RSX, and something very much like this concept is going to be on sale second half of 2026. So we don't have too much longer to wait now. We saw some of the early concept cars, but now we have a model that is much closer to production. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that this is probably 95 to 98% of exactly what the new RSX will be. Again, second half of 2026. Let's take a closer look at the design, and then we'll talk about what we know and what we don't know. The first thing I noticed as I approached this is that to my eye, it just looks kind of happy. Am I the only one that's seeing maybe a little smile here with a little bit of a, smiley face on the side there? But Acura had to do something because obviously it doesn't need a diamond pentagon grille like we find in the rest of the lineup for cooling. So they went in a very different styling direction with the caliper logo there, illuminated of course because it's an EV, and just this blank section at the bottom to kind of elevate the design a little bit and help shrink some of the mass of this design. Now, we don't know what's going on under the hood yet. We know it's going to be all-wheel drive. We know it's going to be full electric. We don't know whether there's going to be a big storage area under there or not. Based on the dimensions though, I think they could put a reasonably sized storage compartment under the hood. We do know that it's going to be getting a J3400 charging connector, or the NACS charge connector. So probably going to have station availability at those Tesla supercharger stations right at the beginning. These wheels, they wouldn't say whether they're final or not, but I love this design. It's kind of a cool geometric, but not turban design like we find out there in so many different vehicles, but the pattern is just really cool. It's actually fairly flat-faced, but these machined sections and gloss black sections kind of distract the eye from the visual bulk of these flat arrow sections of the wheel. It's a 265/45 R21 tire, so actually a little bit more cushion than I had expected. We don't have any ground clearance figures, but it looks like it's going to be actually on the high side, at least if this ride height comes to the production model, mind you. The door handles, they've told us these are going to be hinged pop-out electric style door handles. Looks like they're going to come out from the rear, and they are going to present themselves as you approach with your key. Rather unfortunately, you'll notice the black tinted windows. That means we cannot look at the inside, but definitely expect a pretty radical departure from the existing design themes that we see at Acura. And they have said that the design themes that we see in this model, even though it's an EV, will trickle down to other Acura models over time. Most notably, the lack of that Acura caliper back here on the rear. I know some folks have been complaining that logos have been disappearing in favor of the manufacturer's name being spelled out, but that's exactly what Acura is doing here. And it doesn't seem like actual shoppers are really minding that much. You'll notice that the back end seems to be a little on the high side, so to try and help distract from that, they've given us the shiny black section right there. We don't know cargo dimensions yet, etc., but this does look kind of like a sportback coupe-style SUV. At least in America, we are definitely not getting these yet, and that's because the US does not allow side view cameras according to the rules. In other world markets, it probably will get something like that, especially maybe in Japan. This is built on a new global EV platform for Honda. They haven't been overly specific on the details of it. But we have seen the new infotainment software and new infotainment experience because they actually launched that at CES last year. So as far as the screens on the inside, we know basically how they're going to function. They're going to be fully over-the-air upgradable, as is the entire vehicle itself. So they will be able to push extra range or extra performance or extra features or whatever else they might want to be able to do via software in the future with this vehicle. Details still a little bit sketchy on that. Obviously, we don't know power figures or range figures yet, but they've said it's going to be competitive for the segment. So I'm just going to go ahead and go out on a limb here, make some very wild assumptions. I'm going to guess there's going to be some version of this that's going to be around 300 miles of range. Probably if there are performance versions like a A-Spec or Type R model or Type S model later, that they're probably going to be in the 250-mile range because that's basically what we see in the competition. Performance, we don't know horsepower numbers. In EVs, they're probably fairly meaningless. So to compete in this segment, we're probably looking at around 5 seconds, 0 to 60 in the mainstream trims, maybe 4 seconds or sub 4 seconds, 0 to 60 in the top end performance trims. There might even be a single motor version at some point in its future that maybe would take a little bit longer to go 0 to 60. For the moment, that's about all we know, and perhaps that's why this RSX is smirking at us a little bit. Let me know what you think of the design down there in the comments section. I really like this sleek styling direction. I'm interested to see how some of these styling cues get applied to gasoline or maybe hybrid models in Acura's future. We don't have any details on that. But again, they have said that some of what we're seeing here is going to help inform the styling direction of the Acura brand in the future. And this is an in-house 100% Honda and Acura design. The current Acura EV, of course, is the close relative of the Cadillac Lyriq, and it's been selling really quite well. So I'm interested to see how the market responds to Acura's attempt at making a competitive EV all on their own that is distinctly Acura. The interior, that's perhaps the biggest mystery and the one that I am the most curious about, because spy photos haven't really told us a whole lot about what might be going on in there, and we haven't been able to see inside this one, so it's anybody's guess at the moment. Be sure and let me know what you think about all that down there in the comments section below, and of course let us know what you would love to see, projecting in the future in this new Acura RSX. Also, let us know what you think about the name. A lot of folks have been upset about the RSX name being applied to the new EV, but of course those are enthusiasts that are probably never going to buy one. The only thing I am a little bit curious about is the S in the middle, because we have a DX, we have RDX, and we have MDX, but now we have an SX. Does it work? Let me know down there.